Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And let's get into the show this week. Monday Night Raw was in Omaha, Nebraska, and started right off, match right out the gate. John Cena, Jason Jordan, and this I thoroughly enjoyed this match. Now Jordan, very much so, went into like old school amateur wrestling. Just kept Cena down to the ground. That was it. Boom. Cena though wound up mounting a bit of a comeback, after the break, and of course, Cena won AA. After that, Roman came out. Cena wound up, them two cut a promo. Cena made a joke like, "Roman Reigns, I'd be happy to see you, but your face absolutely disgusts me." Made a joke about Roman's zipper being broken, and Roman made a joke saying, "Big dog for a reason, John." Which case, no, plenty of fangirls out there just, you listen closely, you hear thousands of fangirls' ovaries pop all at once just because of that. You listen? Hear that? Yep. So they did that. They pretty much it was just more build up for their match coming up, and a lot of people are continuously keep saying, "Why are we doing this match now? This is a WrestleMania quality match." Folks, it's simple. Cena's going to be going off to film movies soon. Roman needs to be built up to be the big guy, like he already is. He's already been established as being the guy who ended Undertaker. Now, before you have him eventually go after, chase him for the Universal title, what else can you do to elevate him being the guy? I don't know. Perhaps, maybe, oh, just maybe, take down the guy who's been saying he is the guy for, the past 10 years or so. It makes fucking sense. Have him be the one that takes out Cena, and then Cena walks off into the sunset, goes, shoots his movies, then comes back, challenges Reigns, winds up getting a rematch, gets the win, gets the vindication, bing bang boom, that's it, case closed. That's simple, really. So before you guys go and start bitching and moaning about on how it's that on this stuff, think about long-term and storytelling. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. My brain's fucking weird, and I'm like fucking Rain Man with wrestling, and I could see I see things building up and starting half a mile away. But, some of this stuff is just really, you just put two and two together and it makes sense. Either way, next matchup we got tag team action. Heath, Slater, and Rhyno going against Sheamus and Cesaro. Seth and Dean are at the commentary table, and they kind of lay out all the little, so are you guys okay together now or not, kind of bit with each other, like, okay, yeah, we are now. Yeah, we're good. Because, yep, Corey and Booker, they were hitting the questions, and I'm like, you guys okay with each other, given everything that happened in the past? And Dean was like, hey, I've had the past few years to go and punch him in the head, so I'm good now. And just left it at that, really. But this, it was pretty much like the piss break of the night, really. I mean, they just kind of plowed right through Heath, and once Rhyno got tagged in, next thing you know, Sheamus, boom, hit him with the Brogan, 1, 2, 3, that was it. So, next matchup we got Jeff Hardy versus Miz for the Intercontinental title, which case I thoroughly enjoyed this match, and this match was nice because, like I said, my brain's weird and I can kind of see things, and I'm like fucking Rain Man with with wrestling. And saw it. Smart money obviously was on Miz. But honestly, it could have gone either way. This match had real nice start to it. Jeff wound up starting to get control right before the break, you know, and literally right back as they come from break, Jeff winds up getting control again because you see Miz having Jeff in like a headlock, and then next thing you know, Jeff, boom, hits the winds up hitting the jawbreaker on him. You know, get some nice action between them both. Miztourge winds up starting to go and run interference. Next, you know, Matt winds up getting into their business and gets in their grill. Next, you know, ref looks at them both. You two and you three are out of here. So throws them all out. Maryse is there and makes sense in this way because Maryse was on the opposite side of the ring while the Miztourge was right here, so it makes sense in a way because, you know, you're dividing it all up so that way, you know, you don't have your troops all in one spot. Otherwise, you know, if you're going to have a big stable, you want to have your guys kind of scattered so that way, you know, you have some running right here and then the rest can run right there. That kind of way. Makes sense to me anyway on it. Anyways, after they got thrown out, you know, went pretty decently. Miz wound up getting the figure 4 locked in. And Jeff wound up eventually starting to build a comeback just as it looked like Jeff was getting ready to go for the finish with the Swanton. Maryse just grabs Miz's wrist and shakes him like, hey, Mike, wake up. You know, I don't know if that was actually planned or not. I try not to look into that stuff because, you know, I try not to look into that, like if it was legit or not, because, you know, too many people look for what behind the scenes stuff, and that's what really kills the fun in wrestling. But anyways, after she gave the shake, next thing you know, boom, Miz moved out the way. Next thing you know, got up, hit skull crushing finale, 1, 2, 3. That was it. So Miz wins, retains. Hopefully soon we'll see the inevitable return of Jason Jordan and Miz, you know, building up again, you know. Now, next matchup we got, it was Cruiserweight Trios action. Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Noam Dar going against Cedric Alexander, Gran Metalik, and Enzo. Enzo. You know, and I'm not trying to sound like one of those kind of fucking hipsters people or anything, but seriously, and I just want to know, are Corey Graves and I the only one that's been really despising Enzo since like day one? Just wondering. You know, because now all of a sudden with all these news, with all this, you know, with all the dirt sheets reporting now on how Enzo's in trouble because of this and this and this, you know, now it's like everyone wants to shit on him, and just like, the hell, guys? Last month you were all cheering for him, and now, what? What the fuck? Huh? Either way, Enzo wound up cutting his usual promo, which, honestly, the man needs subtitles to translate what the hell he's saying because can't figure that out for the life of me. But as far as the match goes, Enzo was the team punching bag. He was literally in there the entire time. You know, Cedric wound up making the hot tag, started working it. Match came to an end. Enzo did a blind tag on Cedric. Cedric and Metalik did over the top dive on to the guys outside. Enzo wound up putting a thumb to the eye to Gulak and then did eat the feet. Thankfully, he did it right this time, unlike last week. You know, which case last week he was a half a mile away doing that. But yeah, either way, doing that. And the way they're building Enzo now, it's more like he's that snide, cocky babyface that's willing to cheat to win. Like, almost, kind of like he's like, I don't want to say Eddie Guerrero because Eddie actually knew what the hell he was doing with that cheat to win thing. Enzo, it just looks more like, you know what, I just want the fucking win, so I'm doing whatever. Screw you. You know? But either way, next matchup we got women's tag team action. Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks going against Nia Jax and Emma, and this came to be because Nia and Emma both went to Kurt Angle asking for a match, or not a match, I'm sorry, wound up asking for a title shot at Alexa, and Kurt said, tell you what, I'll give you both an opportunity. You two team up in a tag match against Sasha and Alexa, you guys win, make it a fatal 4-way for the title. So, they teamed up, and, you know, this one, it was actually, I gotta tell you, it was kind of interesting to see. I mean, the heels, they were in control at first, but, you know, and I say heels because it was Nia and Emma as the heels, and, well, Sasha was the lone face, but, you know, you guys have been watching long enough. You know what I mean when I address it on tag teams like that. But either way, heels, they were in control for a minute, but then Sasha wound up making Emma be in the punching bag, literally, and then eventually Nia wound up getting tagged in, and Alexa was in when Nia got tagged in, and it went like this. She threw a couple shots, a couple forearms, and then next thing you know, wham! Tried doing like a slap, and Nia just wound up doing screaming, which then made Alexa scream like she was in sheer terror, which then she tried to run, and that really did not go well. Nia wound up going and just dropping Alexa. Sasha came in, broke up the pin, and match went on for a minute. But either way, as the match went on, Nia wound up working on Alexa Bliss. Emma made a blind tag after Nia Jax wound up hitting the leg drop, and then Emma just came in, scooped up the pin, 1, 2, 3, so that's it. So now the match at No Mercy is going to be a fatal 4-way. Smart money is on Nia Jax winning, but honestly, I see it more so going towards Alexa, just because of the simple fact of, you know, right now the way it's building up, like Alexa just wants to be like that kind of champion that'll clutch and cling to it no matter what. Like, no, it's mine. You can't have this, no matter what. You know. Now, next matchup, we got another tag team match. It was the Good Brothers themselves, Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson, going up against Seth and Dean. So, and for some odd reason, Sheamus and Cesaro decided to want to be ringside the entire time, which, you know, they were ringside literally the entire time during the match, which confused me to no end. You know, nice, you know, I had a nice good pace to start out with, you know, I liked it. Faces, they were in control, you know, right before the break, and obviously after the break, you know, Gallows and Anderson, they were in control afterwards, but it was a decent match. You know, it was decent enough. You know, liked on how it went. And Seth, you know, Seth wound up getting the hot tag in. He started rolling deep, rolling with it good. And match wound up coming to an end when Sheamus got up on the apron on this side, distracted the ref. Cesaro got up on this side right here, and this is why you gotta love this show, folks, because I constantly give like examples and show with like the hands and all. Either way, Sheamus is over here on this side. Cesaro is literally on the hot side where the camera's at, and Seth throws Karl Anderson right into Cesaro, and which knocks Cesaro off the apron. Then does a roll up, 1, 2, 3. That's it. So they win doing that, and as Seth and Dean are on the apron, Sheamus and Cesaro are literally right outside the ring at the walkway, staring a hole through them. and then they turn back into the ring, see the Good Brothers, and then they proceed to go in, and then it's a brawl with them for a good minute until they eventually knock Gallows and Anderson out. And now, here's my 2 cents on this. A lot of people are saying that that Gallows and Anderson are being buried. Honestly, whether they are or not, I'm not going to throw my 2 cents on that. I don't think they are because more so than anything. But got to remember also, this is still a business. So, whether they're being buried or not, they're still getting checks every night. They're still getting checks every week. So, I don't really think they're that worried on it. And even, we'll just say for the sake of argument, if they are, then you know what? When they go back to Japan, guarantee they're going to be worth more because of the fact they were on WWE. Now, that being said, it's now time for the main event of the night. Big Show going against Braun Strowman, Steel Cage, and still freak out every time I see Big Show clean shaven. My beard cries every time it sees Big Show clean shaven. It just it's like seeing a naked mole rat. Creepy. But yeah. Braun starts out right off bat, slamming Show into the side of the cage, going at him. Big Show, I gotta give credit where credit's due, though. He was more so in control and leading this match more so than not. Not only that, Big Show wound up actually getting up to the top and did an elbow drop. I mean, it wasn't good as Kairi Sane or Randy Savage, but, it was still a good elbow drop. Nonetheless, but, for the most part, Big Show was pretty much in control on the match, like I said, which tip my hat to, or I would if I was wearing a hat. But either way, match wound up coming to an end when, just as it looked like Show was starting to get the upper hand, he was up at the top. Braun wound up getting up to the top also. Superplexed him off. The only reason why the ring didn't break this time, they said, is the ring was reinforced before the show and the ring got reinforced again before the cage came down. So it was double reinforced. And then, but either way, after Braun did the superplex, he got him up, hit him with the power slam, then 1, 2, 3, that was it. Braun Strowman wins. After that, he cuts a promo saying, see on what I did to him, see what I did to the world's largest athlete. I'm going to do that to Brock Lesnar and be your next Universal Champion. And then he proceeds to go and put more of a whooping on the Big Show and then toss him through the side of a cage. Shades of Kevin Nash throwing Rey Mysterio up against the side of a production truck like a lawn dart. So that was it for this week's show, folks. So, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you get the chance, Also, make sure y'all look for me on Twitter at TimVicious. Also, do got another account, Tim_Vicious. Also, make sure to look down below for the info for the Dad Show podcast. It's a lifestyle podcast, storytelling podcast, whatever kind of podcast you want to see it as. My two good brothers, Danny Sunday and Ollie Ben, we run that shit. All details on that are down below. Also, do not forget to follow all of these cool ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Mulligan, make sure y'all check out Axel's newest project for Wrestling Review, where they talk about British and European wrestling. Sunday Segway. My two co-hosts for the Dad Show. I am Danny Sunday and Oliver Ben, who's also the executive producer for this show. Make sure y'all check out his music that he did provide for this week's show. It's out there on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are in the description box. Also, don't forget to hit him up for one of these Ollie Rewind shirts. Show the man some love and support. Cranky asshole. Aaron _Deborah Dazzy MWP. Also, folks, I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.